These glyphs accompany strange supernatural figures painted on hundreds of pots found in Maya graves. One portrays a human-like creature with the hooves of a deer and the skin of a jaguar. Here, a man's body with two heads, one human, one of a beast. The Maya reverence for animals is reflected throughout their ancient artwork. The scarlet macaws of the tropical forests were venerated in ancient Copan. Their heads form the markers on the ritual ball court. Monkeys were regarded as patrons of Maya artists and scribes because of their human-like characteristics. A monkey musician emerges from the underworld. Maya kings revered the jaguar for its power and cunning. Beneath this altar in Copan, archaeologists have found the skeletons of more than a dozen large cats sacrificed by the kings. But nothing in nature explains the human-like animals painted on the Maya funeral pots. Deciphering these glyphs would help reveal the essence of the ancient Maya soul. The way a society views the soul is a key to understanding its religion. At Vanderbilt University, archaeologists David Stewart and Stephen Houston study the evidence.
This pottery that we've been looking at has a lot of glyphs on it, and among those glyphs are captions that talk about the imagery on the vessel. In those captions are things we understand, but also a glyph that for a long time eluded decipherment.
What the archaeologists could read was the subject of the sentence. In this case, the name of the accompanying figure, watery jaguar. At the end of the sentence is the name of a title and of a place, Lord of Saibal. What archaeologists could not decipher was the verb, that crucial part of the sentence that might reveal the relationship between the mysterious animals and the Maya royalty. The glyph-covered pottery was found in the southern lowlands, stretching from Palenque and Becan in the north to Copan in the south. While Houston worked to decipher the ancient glyphs, David Stewart was reading about the modern Maya living today in the mountains of Chiapas, Mexico. As in Guatemala, ancient religious rituals here are kept alive by Maya shamans. Shaman Anselmo Perez comes to the house of Juan Lopez, who is sick. The shaman diagnoses illness by pulsing, or as he says, touching blood. According to Anselmo, Lopez has lost part of his soul. All religions recognize a soul, but for the Maya, the soul has two parts. One is holy and resides in the blood. The other is an animal soul that lives outside the body and roams at night. When a person dreams, he can transform into this companion spirit known as the Chanul.
Timimeli talslok asidin hakchumel tikene khatslok tichonene chbatete tikun adu bushlah yunikune melahte chone chami Christian ane ban khauskandele yuni it's now kushin rak popayus kanik lokel intime oidimi kan bil personale timi kan personale mushakato lokel keto makbil keto shabiat.
In the house of Juan Lopez, under Anselmo's supervision, the family prepares for the curing ceremony. They hope to recapture Juan's animal soul and save his life. They construct the most important symbol of the ritual. The corral bed is built to restore Juan's animal companion to its mythical corral in the mountains. Anselmo blesses Juan before sending him to the bed, hoping to re-socialize the wild part of Juan's soul. Juan will spend most of the next 2 weeks here. He will not speak to his family, who will care for him. Only if Juan's chanul, or animal companion, is restored to its mountain corral will Juan be cured. At Vanderbilt University, Stephen Houston continued to study drawings of the pots, unaware of the modern spirit companions. He studied the missing link, the verb glyph on a number of pots. The major part is the logogram, a picture that stands for a complete word. This one was usually divided into 2 halves. On the left, Houston thought he saw a mask or human face. On the right was a pattern from one of the animal paintings. It was the pelt of a jaguar.
I wondered in the course of my research whether this concept embodied by the logogram had something to do with a being that combined both animal and human attributes.
To the logogram, the Maya added phonetic signs called complements. They stand not for whole words, but syllables. Many of the verb glyphs only had 1 syllable, wa. Other pots had only a 2nd syllable pronounced ya. But on some pots, Houston found both, and from these he coaxed a word.
In Maya writing, if you get 2 syllables or phonetic signs joined together, you drop the final vowel of the 2nd phonetic sign or syllable. So that in the case of our glyph, the wa and the ya joined together spell y, the final a being dropped. I began to wonder what y might mean.
Houston consulted the dictionaries of several Mayan languages and found related definitions in each one. To sleep, to dream.
And in one Maya language, Tzotzil, we even found a word derived from y, Wayahin, which means animal companion spirit or animal transformation.
At the same time, David Stewart was reading about the modern Maya shamans. He began to wonder, could the images on the pots be related to the chanul?
As soon as Steve came to me with his decipherment of the Y glyph, it clicked immediately. The chanul is the animal spirit that actually you see through when you dream. Your animal spirit is wandering around the forest and the mountains. And so in explaining these images on the pots, the Y glyph makes perfect sense.
The archaeologists now read this sentence as, the watery jaguar is the Y of the Lord of Saibal. The dancing jaguar is the Y of the Lord of Yashilan. On royal carvings, the companion souls of Maya kings and queens are shown not as mere animals, but powerful supernatural beings. In Copan, the kings ruled from the top of the Acropolis. According to David Stewart, their prestige came from their spiritual authority. The Y glyph shows that they were powerful shamans.
The origin of the elite class in Mesoamerica, I think, can best be seen as a transformation of the office of, say, religious practitioners long ago into a position that had a lot more political power and eventually into divine kingship. There seems to be no real reference to the Maya kings having much of economic control within their polities. Rather, their power is defined more through the supernatural realm.
Unfortunately, the realm of the king is one of the few clear windows into ancient Maya religion. Only elites could afford permanent temples, artwork, and writing. The Y glyph reveals the ancient belief in an animal part of the Maya soul. But another aspect of the soul was found in the houses of both commoners and elites. Here, the supernatural was always close at hand. Most of the Maya buried their dead close to their houses. Features in this tomb provide a clue to Maya ideas about the afterlife. In each side was a stone niche with a ceramic pot or bowl. Archaeologists think that, like most people, the Maya believed in life after death. Food in these bowls would sustain the spirit on its journey through the afterlife. Other burials raise the same question. Just how did the ancients regard their dead?